So we are doing the sum upgrade, right? While doing the sum upgrade, during the kernel check, in the starting of the conflict check itself, we got the error saying that the kernel which we have 754 and the OS version both are not matching. So we got the one error. Like ours is the Windows operating system 2012 server, but the kernel which we applied is the 754 currently in the system. So both are not matching. So in that case, what we have to do, we need to downgrade the kernel. So actually in our NW1 system, operating system is the lowest version, kernel is the highest version, so which is not currently supporting here. So what we have to do, we need to downgrade the kernel, right? So downgrade the kernel means we already know how to update the kernel, how to downgrade the kernel. So now we need to downgrade the kernel to previous status here, right? So for that one, we need to, so what we can say like OS and kernel mismatch. So OS and kernel mismatch here, both are not supporting here. In that case, we need to downgrade the kernel. We need to try that one. So in that case, let me log into our operating system level of the NW1, operating system of the NW1 system. So let me go to password. So what I am doing, I need to do the kernel downgrade option here. So for that one, let's go to the old version of the kernel, which we have. So in the E drive. So first of all, let me check we have any kernel backup is available or not. So NW1, ESR SAP SID, sys. Okay. Under the sys, we have the kernel backup is there, but which version of this backup is available? Let's check here. So which version of kernel is this? That's what we need. It should be 753 is the old version. So if it is the old version of the kernel, so we can apply it here. So otherwise, what we can do, so we have the already files are there in the C drive. Let's go to C drive. So I am fixing the issue, the kernel issue, I am fixing it out here. So here we have the kernel. So kernel files are there here. So these kernel files, let me extract the kernels here. Okay. So kernel extracted. So we have the old version kernel is there, which I am doing the extraction here.
Sir, can we extract using that XVF command
Yes.
also?
Yes, yes. With that command only we have to extract. There is no command. SAP car-xvf. Currently, I am copying the binaries to the in this location. I am copying. So
Okay, in both the systems like Windows and Linux, it is the same, right?
same command. So we need to take the downtime also FSAP system. So which means we are stopping the NW1 system. In that case, what I'm doing, I'm going to I'm going to publish a system message to the users. So saying that whoever logged into the NW1 system, it will give you the message to them saying that NW1 system is going to be stopped. Okay, I'm creating the system message. So, hello all. NW1 system is going to restart in next 10 minutes to down downgrade the kernel. So that what will happen? It will update it to the everybody notice whoever logged into the system. So it will be informed to the everybody. So right. So here kernel, I'm going to extract it here. So here I'm going to take the SWPM tool, then SAP car. So SAP car command. Because we need SAP car. I logged in with the different user. So we need the SAP car here. Here SAP car and kernel. So first to extract the kernel. So what we required here, we need to first SAP car -xpf and SAP exe underscore. So first SAP exe we need to do the extraction. Then after that, once SAP exe done, then SAP exe DB. So those things we have to do the extraction here. Then send it, display. So every user will get this message. Whoever logged into the system, every user will get this message. So that formally we are informing to the all the users here, right? Before the 10 minutes. So we inform to the all the users here. So that whoever logged into the system, they will get notified saying that okay, they can assume like the system is getting restarted. So sometimes you may face this type of issues that time. So what here we have to check carefully what's going to happen and everything here. So application check version sometimes. So in this case, or someone asks you the question during the summer upgrade, did you face any issues? Yes, we faced the issue. Our OS version is too old and kernel is the very highest version. So in that case, some upgrade got stopped in starting of the kernel check itself. Some upgrade got stopped here. So that got happened. So for that one, we have downgraded the kernel to the lowest version. We have downgraded. Then, so we have restarted the system. Then we resumed our activities like that. We have to inform. So let's see here. Okay. So now SAP EXEDB, we have to choose it here. SAP EXEDB here. So SAP. So PEXE, SAP EXEDB, then IGS, IGS EXE. So IGS EXE. Then IGS helper, IGS EXE, IGS helper. So IGS helper. Okay, it's done. So what we have to do now? We need to stop our SAP application, right? So for kernel we are replacing, right? Definitely SAP should be stopped status here. So we are going to stop the SAP application now. So if I stop,
Hello, sir.
hello,
Sir, why that IGS file are required? Like
those are
SAPDP and like data dependent and independent only files are required for the kernel.
yeah,
Na?
those are fine, but IGS files are the updated, I guess, last time by someone. Those are the internet graphic service. Like in the SAP level, some graphically we are seeing the something, right? Those are in the sometimes what happens when they are doing the kernel upgrade, that will be on the highest version in the 754 version. So now when you are going to revert back the kernel, so this is the file IGS.exe. This will not be started. Why? Because this will be on the 754 now, and remaining kernels are in the 753. Then there is a mismatch of the version between the kernels. So immediately your system this will not be started and the system will not be up. So safer side, we are doing the IGS.exe also. We are doing this one here. So internet IGS.wd. So this is also we are, so manually we have extracted this file as well.
Okay, but it is not a
Not
compulsory, right?
mandatory, yes, not mandatory, but safer side we are doing this one, but it's not the mandatory.
Sir, how we can know like these components version also like IGS version and
Yeah, OS level. So one command we can execute it OS level. So that commands will give you the information. So there is a commands. So everything operating system level commands, those commands will be helpful to check it out here. So I copied the kernel, extracted kernel. So and then I don't require all those things again. Okay. So I'm copying to the E drive, USR, SAP, SID, then sys exe. UC means Unicode, NTADM. So then Control V. So it is copying all the files here. Old revert back, downgrading the kernel here. So one place is enough, right? As you know, only global exe if you do it, and it will be pass the kernels to the other exe directories also here, right? So we have done so kernel upgrade is done. So what we are going to do now, we are going to start the services now. So we are going to start the services now. So go to the task manager. Here we have the services, kernel related services are there here. So let's go ahead and start the services here. So it is started. Started or starting. You see, I think ACS is not coming up. ACS is going down. So because of kernels. So in the ACS also we need to update the kernels. So that's what we have to do it. Normally in the global is enough. But in our case, so we have to do it in the each and every folder. Why? Because so the main is like a to sync the files also. Your instance exe and global exe in the 753. So this will be in the lowest version. That's why it is failing. So in the each and every directory will do the in the ASCS exe also will do the kernel upgrade. ASCS. So in the ASCS field also in the ASCS 11. So go to the ASCS 11 exe.
Sir, in Linux also, do we need to follow the same process?
Yeah. Everywhere we have to same procedure. Copy and paste. So Windows, we have the commands, right click and so copy and paste it. But Linux, we have to use the CP command, copy command, we have to use it. CP means copy command in the Linux side. So same commands, we have to use it in the Linux side also.
Will it be overwritten automatically, or do we need to use any specific command, sir?
It will be overwrite. It will old version will gone and a new version will come. It will overwrite.
Yeah, okay.
So it will
Thanks.
ask now. It will ask now, do you want to replace or do you want to replace it? Already files are there. Do you want to replace it? So like that, it will ask us. So we need to.
Yeah, but in Linux, it will ask, sir. Will it ask?
Linux it will be overwritten. Just you can use the CP minus RF, RP, recursive force command. If you use it, it will be overwritten.
Okay, sir. Yeah, thank
Because see here, do you want to replace in the destination files already with the name, same names already exist? Do you want to replace? When you click on the replace, what will happen? Old version of the files will gone. New version, whatever we have, we are expecting that version will come into the picture. See here, it's already in use. Why? Because here already the service is active status here. So I need to stop that service. So I need to stop this service as well. The service is active. The program is being used by the other process. So we cannot continue that one. So that what we have to do now, we have to Much time it will take. Okay, it's done. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to start the services now. There. So just to start the services manually. So once it is started, so what we can do, okay, it is started. So now what we can do, we can start the SAP. So right click and start it. So here, see here SAP exe executable copy, which means it will copy the binaries to the across all the exe folders. Whatever the new exe folders we have, it will copy the all the binaries to the. So this is the process is. So normally, so this will be hidden. This will be so hidden means this will not show here. So here this will be no one will see this process here because it will be very quick and everybody will just click on the refresh screen, that will be gone. But during the kernel upgrade itself only, it will take some time to copy the, it will take some time to will disappear. Why? Because it is copying the all the executable files to the your kernel locations here. So if I resume sum tool we can resume it. Where it got stopped, just we can resume the sum tool here. So sum tool will connect it, will resume it. So now it is checking the conflicts. So now it is checking the conflict, but let's see, because still it is referring the old version. See here, 754 only. So we need to reset the sum and to proceed with the next steps here. We have to reset. So because still it is recognizing the 754 version only. 754 version only. Otherwise, what we can do in the shadow, okay, instead of resetting, we can try this option. We can try this option like, so in the shadow, we have the kernel, right? So shadow, it's extracted the shadow kernel. So what we can do, we can manually recopy the all the kernel files from, so from here to the shadow, we can copy it here. So that time the kernel is very highest version. So let me copy the kernels, all the kernels to the some ABAP exe folder where the shadow will place the kernels there. So we go to the some directory. Yes, sir. So even though it's not recognizing, why? Because initially during the configuration, sorry, in the extraction phase itself, it will copy the kernel files from, so sysexe to ABAP exe folder. It is copied. ABAP exe folder. It is copied here. ABAP exe folder. It got copied here. So ABAP exe folder copied here. So which means these all are the 754 kernel, previous kernel. So in the here as well, we are, so we are doing the kernel upgrade here. So that, so both are in the same levels. So that's what I'm thinking. So let's do here. So why still it is doing the kernel copy only?
चिमी जरा पानी तो रहा रे ड्रम पानी
Replace. Replace. So doing the replacement. So here we can find out. So if you execute the displus work or displus work command, it will give you the information. Or then if you check the work process log, suppose like if I go and dispatcher log here we will get the, so what is the version of the kernel, all the information. So if you go to the traces, each and every trace file, very important that as part of the troubleshooting. So wherever we have the kernel files, we have to replace it. So one thought is like the shadow extraction also done by the same kernel. So that's why still the sum tool is referring. So that is the reason wherever we have the kernel files are there, including the shadow. So we are replacing to the old kernel version, we are replacing. So here it will give you the version, right? See here, kernel release version is the 753 and patch number is the 1200. So it is done, right? It is extracted this one. So this is done. That's why all the process will start by using the kernel only. So kernel is the heart for the SAP systems. Kernel is the heart for the SAP systems. It's a very important kernels here. So once it is copied, oh my God, it's taking so much of time. So this is the old version of operating systems. All these our SAP systems are installed. So we are slowly upgrading the operating systems also to the highest version, so that it will be very speed. Our Jumbo server very speed. Why? Because it's the latest version of the operating system. So that is very speed. Six. Kernel are the OS level binaries. It is the interface between operating system and SAP application. It will act as a interface. So it's very hard for the SAP systems kernel. If the processor running or if SAP system is up and running means because of the kernels. So every 3 months once or 6 months once, we need to update our kernels also to the the highest levels we have to update it, all the kernels, right? So then let me, do you want to reset the procedure? No. So let's continue. Let's continue the kernel. Let's see what kernel version it will choose it. Okay, so chill it is referring to the 754. So still it is referring to the 754 only. See here, still it is referring to the kernel 754 only. So what we have to do, we need to go back the previous status. Need to go back. We need to reset, so cleanup. So we need to procedure, we need to do the cleanup activity. We need to start the sum from starting of the scenario onwards again. So that time it will pick up the correct kernel version. So it will pick up the correct kernel version that time. So it is doing the cleanup activity. So whatever it's done. So now it is doing the everything is in the cleanup activity. It's cleaning up. So it's cleaning up here. All those things are getting cleaned up here. So again, we are starting the sum tool here. So sum tool we started. Again, we choose the XML file, whatever the XML file we have. Again, we'll choose the XML file. So it is in the E drive, USR, so SAP. So patches, under the patches, we have the XML file. This is the XML file. So we choose, just click on the next button. So ignore. No migration. So standard. So that is fine. Same passwords it is asking.
Sir, for that XML file, if the components are not matching, then we need to download the XML file
Latest
again, right?
XML. Yeah. The kernel is not matching, then definitely kernel also, we need to choose the correct kernel as well. We have to do that one. So that is what we have to do that one. So now, so kernel also, it's calculated as a 754. We downgraded, even though it is still referring the new version only. Then we have reset the sum. Again, we are starting from the scratch onwards. We are doing the sum scratching. So that is what we are doing here. Now it is scanning all the download directory.
Sir, can we means edit that file, or it is not recommended by SAP?
Yeah, actually, the not recommended by SAP manually editing the XML file, but we can do that one. Like we can edit it in case of again we want to calculate it instead of that. So we can do that one. That's not a problem actually. We can do that one. Why? Because XML file contains the current component versions and target component versions only. So nothing there in that one. So just the current component version, the target component versions, all that information it will contains here. So all the information it will contains here, the kernel. So kernel not information, just contains the some information. So that's it. So we can edit it. It's not a problem. Okay, verification found, not found in the download directory. See here, there is a IGS archive. The archives are not found in the download directory here. So right. So there is a IGS file is not found in the download directory. So there is a no IGS file here. So we can just go to our kernel. some version. So it got scanned it here. Just check the R case. Again, it is checking now. So we placed the kernel. So LJS helper we placed it. So it is cross checking now. It is checking now, right? So it is checking the versions, all the information. It is cross checking. So we can check it out the all the things here. What it is checking in all the information. It is we can check it out here. So this is the way we need to continue the this phases here. So DB check, free space, and all those things it will cross check now here. So it will take some time, same as usual like previous time. So we'll keep running this one. Once the extraction is completed, so we need to progress the configuration checks, pre-processing and execution. So what we will do, we will keep running on the extraction phase. Okay. It will take some time. Why? Because it has to be scanned, it has to be extract. There are a lot of things has to do. So it will take time. So we'll keep running this one so that when we connect on Monday, so our 10 to 9 to 10 to 11 batch, so 10 to 11 our regular timings. So that time it will progress something. That time we can progress the remaining activities. Okay.
Sir, hi sir.
Yeah.
Sir, IGS helper and IGS file